Hello everyone, in this video we are trying to follow this book Cloud-Based Remote Sensing with Google Earth Engine. In the previous videos we followed 3 other chapters and we continue our journey of learning Google Earth Engine. So we follow chapter F6.3, sharing work in Earth Engine, basic UI and apps. So this chapter shares us the concepts in making apps using JavaScript API and also using Python API. And this chapter shares us the knowledge about this package keymap, and also about deploying the apps from local web server and the cloud platform Heroku. So we go through the app making sections only. There might be pauses and confusion while I try to explain things, and some of the main things to understand is, so these things, UI functions. So this UI package in Earth Engine is used for the client-side things. So we do different things such as making those things that are accessible by the users, and while the users play with those things, the user gets the results as well. However, in Python API we do not have such client-side user interface, but there are other packages such as IPI widgets, and by integrating with IPI leaflet, which helps in creating the interactive maps, and IPI widgets for designing the interactive user interfaces, and also by using the keymap Python package. So these all things helps to make those client-side user interfaces or the apps in Python as well. So these are the main things to understand. So Earth Engine in JavaScript API has these UI functions. We use those in the Earth Engine, and in Python we have other packages such as keymap, which is useful for making the interactive apps. So we go through the main sections of codes. So we will try to explore the app. So if we check the app, so this is the final output. So we are basically trying to see the final output here. So what's being resulted, or what's being done is this whole interactive two-sided maps is the thing. So we can see in the left hand side we have this select a year. So this has some dates ranging from 2001 to 2019 with some gaps within them. And in the right hand side we have this legend with some title that's being hidden here somewhere. So this is NLCD landcover classification, and here in the layers we have this 2019 being displayed. And we can check the 2 different maps by scrolling this this vertical line in horizontal fashion. So we can see some changes. For example, somewhere in this area we are comparing the 2 different land covers from 2 different years. So in this observation we can see in the year 2001 there were very sparse red color here, but in the year 2019 we see some increase in the red patches. So this means refers to something as developed high intensity. So this is some increasing in those red areas. So I just wanted to show that this is the final app this chapter shares us with, and we try to see how the app has been made. So this is our main objective today. So let's begin. So we have our data set. This is the USGS National Landcover Database 2019 release, and what it says is it is the landcover database based on Landsat in the range spanning 80 books from 2001 to 2019. So we have some gaps within 2 different years. For example, here we have 3 years gap, 2 years gap, and so on. So we have the bands. The first band is the land cover, and in the land cover we have some values. So we have different classes in the land cover band. So we can see that one. We also have impervious and impervious descriptor, some other bands. So, but the basic idea is that this dataset contains the land cover dataset created from Landsat and ranging from different years. And the years have some gaps. So we have 2001 and 2004, 6, 8, and so on. So this is the dataset, and this app is trying to compare the 2 land cover datasets from 2 different years. So let's see what the code contains. So here we have the very first function. So in this function we have our parameter year, and we have the dataset filtered by dot filter, and we have our ee.filter.eq. So this filters the metadata of that image or of that dataset. So we are filtering it by system index, and we select it by year, and we select the first one from that dataset, and then from that variable NLCD previously assigned, we select the band, that is landcover, and this will be returned with ui.map.layer. So here the usual map.layer has not been used, so it is something as ui.map.layer, and ui.map.layer works similarly, but in this case this is for the displaying of the map in the ui.map. So everything here is related to the ui package. So if we do this and see, we get nothing, get some error, and what it says is map.layer is not a function. So something else is happening here, so we need to specify ui.map.layer. And then we want to create a drop-down list. For this we are creating a dictionary. So dictionary is type of this data structure which contains the 2 different keys or values being arranged at the same line. So for example, here we have 2001. So this will contain the other thing here. So these things are combined as the key and the value. So this key will contain some values. So this is the way of creating a dictionary, and in this case we have our string here and the first key, and then we have this function get nlcd created earlier with the year. So this is the dictionary that has been created. So we can see this has been assigned to the images, and then we create the control panel. So control panel is created by UI.panel, which contains UI.level, which might contain UI.select. So UI.panel can contain so many things. Here we begin by creating the left map. So here UI.map creates a new map, and this has been assigned to the left map. So anything that will happen, or anything that will be created now, can be created inside the left map. And we can see that left map dot set control visibility false. So what it does is it hides anything that was previously present in that map. For example, if we do the true here, we can now see this zoom button. So that is the thing. And similarly, this new map has also been created in the right map. However, in this case we have dot set control visibility as true, but luckily this has been hidden by this legend. If we hide this legend, we can see some other tools, other default tools within the Earth engine. And then we have this left selector and right selector, and for that the function has been created. So we can see here add layer selector. So we have map, and then we have default value and position. So this is the function that's been created and applied for the selectors. So here we can see level. It says UI.level selector here. So this is what it appears here. And then we have this function inside that function. So this says update map selection map dot to change dot layers. So this map dot layers returns the list of layers associated with the default value, and then we have set a value by selecting from those images created earlier. And then we also create this selection drop down list. So for that we have the UI.select. So our items would be the objects and keys of the images that we were talking earlier about. So these are the keys. So these are appearing from them, and there is also this on change. Every time we click, the map will be updated. So this is something, some parameters within the UI.select, and every time we do the click, so there will be some changes in the map. And then we have this control panel, we have the UI.panel, widgets and level and select. Some position has been applied, and this whole is added to the control panel. And then we see this function. The whole function has so many things inside within it, and we apply that function to the different maps we created earlier, right map and left map. And then we want to have the legend, and for the legend we first have this title, and this is our title. The position has been assigned bottom right, and for the different landcover classes, again the dictionary has been created. We have the names, and then we have the colors. So this comes from the data set, and then we create the panel to hold the legend. So this is the panel, UI.panel, and then style, position, and some size of that panel. And then we have the function. So this will take the panel, some dictionaries that we have created earlier, and then we have the title. For the legend title, this has been followed by UI.level. This is for the making the appearance, or changing the appearance of the title. So here we have the font weight, font size, margin, and padding, and this legend title is made as a dot add. So this dot add adds this level to the panel. So we're talking about the function here, and some here text for loading. So these are usually not that important, just for the appearance only. And then we have this macro function, color and name. So these are for the legends with the text and names to appear with the colors. So we have the color box here, and then the levels, and then this keeps the box height and width, something like this, and some descriptions as well. So basically this has been created here, the color box and the description has been created, and then this has been returned as the panels, and then we select the colors and names from that dictionary created earlier, and then this has been, for loop has been signed each time to make the colors and the text to appear together. And this is again to the added to the right map only by dot add panel. So long function here, doing so many things. In general, this takes the panel, adds the text, selects the dictionary, selects the color, selects the text, makes them appear together, and also the title. And this whole function is done for the right map, or the map that will appear at the right. So the legend will appear only at the right map. And then finally we apply that function, that long function, with this legend, dictionary, and title, and this makes us appear this one here. So if we hide this, comment this for now, we can see there will be nothing. There is no such legends being appeared. So this is what this is doing very nicely. And again, the main important thing is that we can copy this one, of course, and apply for other cases as well. So this is the very nice thing that we can always do. We can copy this, change some of the things here, and use it for our own purpose. And then we do the UI.split panel. Then we have the first panel as the left map, second panel as the right map, and this creates just the division or dividing of the whole screen or the whole map into two different maps. And finally, this UI.root.widgets.reset makes everything go away, and making the new map appear. And the map section, and this linker UI.map.linker is syncing the two different maps. And then we have the left map centered at somewhere, So when we load this, this will by default will load somewhere. So this is the whole chapter, or the main focus of the chapter, trying to steer us the making of this app with two different land cover images appear side by side, with the legend and the right map, and the your selection at the left map. So this is the whole idea of the chapter. So I might not have explained things very nicely if you are kindly following till this now. So going through this is kind of difficult to really explain, because I have just myself made aware about the different UI dot functions, but I haven't done the maps, or I haven't done the app development that intensively, so that might be the problem. But in general, this is what this chapter does. And the new one, or the new thing, or the next thing the chapter also shares, is this thing that we can do in the Python as well. So we go through this as well. So we install the gmap package. So here we begin with the exclamation mark and this pip followed by install and the package name. This installs the package, and then I have already done this, so no need to run again. And then we import this EEN gmap. So it is throwing some error here. So after installing this one, so it is installing here. So we import this two different packages, EE and gmap, and this, after loading this asks for the authentication, but I don't want to click this one, so let's only go through the other part here. So after, you can click this one and we can generate the strings there, and then we copy this one here, and this is automatically done. So the process here again begins with the dataset ee.image collection, and this is the string here. This is the name of the dataset. So the difference between the Python API and the JavaScript API is we do not need to write var at each line. So this is the difference. So here we are selecting the dataset. We are filtering it again with this dot filter followed by e.filter.eq. So we're specifically selecting the year 2019, and then we have this land cover selected, and then we add this as the layer. But for here we are just getting something else, because I haven't done this authorization. So we only go through the code. So you can see this will bring the land cover dataset of, or land cover image of 2019. Then we can add the legend. Legend is done by .add legend. So this is quite easier due to the gmap package. So this is the built-in function within this package. We just add the legend by .add_legend, and then we provide the title, legend title, and also the creation of the custom legend can be done. Again, here we are creating the dictionary, and this is done again by title, and this creates the custom legend. And you can see that one, but again this has by default loading something else. We're just going through the codes, and then we can also see the stack of the images, or the stack of the IDs available in that image. This is done by .aggregate_array. So we select the system ID, and by doing .getInfo we get the some IDs of different images of different years. And then here we are using this this list of or the single vector data of different years. So this is just for the renaming purposes with this letter. And here we are creating the function. So the function is done by def. So here this is the very first thing that we did earlier in the JavaScript API. This is the very first thing. So this is just the conversion of the earthengine function, earthengine JavaScript API function into the Python's way of doing it. So we are again specifying the year as the parameter. We have the data set. We filter it by the year, or filtering it by some system index, and then we select the first, we select the landcover, and we return it. So here we can see that we do not need the curly brackets in Python API. However, in the JavaScript API we had to use the curly brackets. So this is the Python way of doing the function. And then we have the NLCD image collection created. This is done by e.image collection. So it just creates the images, image collections from those images. And then we can see again the different IDs of the dataset. And here the new thing is this one. So this is just the renaming of the images. So we had these years assigned earlier. So you can see this was the vector of the different years, and from that years we are doing this line here, so some kind of for loop. And what it does, it is using this NLCD each time and renaming them by replacing with the year name. So this is just making the list of levels, changing the names as I understand. And then finally, within a single line, again with the advantage of that gmap package, we have .ts inspector. We have left and right, two different sides of the map, and then we have some levels for both of the maps, and then we get something like this. So this is the final thing that we had got. And then after, so this is it. This is the last one. We created the app. So however, it is not loading this time because I haven't authorized. So if you just authorize and run through the codes, it runs very smoothly and very nicely. And this is it. This is the way to do in Python API and JavaScript API. So the chapter again has other things such as doing the app deployment from the local web server and the cloud platform, that is Heroku. So in the cloud platform, this is done by using the GitHub, So we copy the script there and we just make that GitHub to go through the cloud platform, and the app is deployed. So these are the things that I haven't discussed in this particular video. My objective was to go through the apps only. So for the conclusion, making app is easier in JavaScript API, and with gmap in Python API. We need to observe more examples in making apps. Sometimes this is very difficult, explaining so many things going on. However, this can be made easier with seeing more and more examples. And the sharing apps application is the final thing. This is not the first thing that we learn. We do the analysis, and we get the reels, and making apps are the last thing we do. So this was the attempt to go through the chapter F6.3. I hope I was able to explain many things. Maybe not, or maybe yes, I don't know. If this was helpful to you, thank you. I would say thank you for watching this video. Thank you.